Today on the April Jones Show, we have a very special treat. We've got three of the most dynamic and, dare I say, controversial women in America, with Zane and her Sex Chronicles, Jamie Foster Brown and Sister to Sister magazine, and an absolute pioneer and legend in civil rights, Frankie Muse Freeman. I don't think you can find a show more power-packed than this one. Stay tuned for more from the April Jones Show. Na, 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 na. You're watching April Jones. 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 She's a pioneer, a civil rights legend. She is one of the main reasons that we as African Americans have the right to vote. She authored most of the legislation around civil rights. And so it was important during the time of the election to have Frankie on my show to talk about her book, A Song of Faith and Hope.
I've got this book. It's the story of my life up until then, and I want people to read it because I've tried to talk about some of the things in my life that I think could make a difference if some people knew it. I also think it reflects a little bit of history because much of it was during the period of the civil rights movement, and of course I grew up in a time when most of the places in the South were segregated. And I worked to make a difference with the support of family and friends. And so I still say, I hope you will read A Song of Faith and Hope.
And when I read her book, it was hilarious. And it gave me an opportunity to get to know a side of my aunt and a side of the woman, Frankie Muse Freeman, as a whole nother person. You had a child while you were pursuing law school. You got married. Tell us a little bit about that.
You mean you got another 3 days to listen? Well, first of all, remember, we all grew up thinking that we're going to do things. Yeah. I grew up in Danville, Virginia, which was racially segregated. Everything was segregated, the schools, the public libraries, the hospitals. And the law required segregation in public schools. It did not require segregation in many of the other areas. However, we knew that it was not right because we also grew up in a country where on the Declaration of Independence, which says all men are created equal, they're endowed with their Creator, with certain inalienable rights, the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So there was a conflict always between what the Declaration was and what the practices were. And we were determined, and our parents said that we have to make a change. We have a responsibility. And so as I grew up and listened to people talk, I wanted to become a lawyer.
This is a woman who grew up back in the day, before we had the right to vote. She had one baby already, and she was pregnant. So she goes to law school while she's just gotten married, just had a baby, got another baby on the way, becomes an attorney, couldn't get a case, couldn't pay somebody to be for her to be their lawyer. She ended up taking pro bono work just to prove her skill and ability as an attorney, and then later took on the United States of America so that we could have the right to vote. A lot of people are credited with black folks from having the right to vote, from Rosa Parks to Martin Luther King, but Frankie Muse Freeman is truly one of the most influential and most instrumental black women, at the minimum, of helping black people have the right to vote.